Ladies and gentlemen, fellow veterans, parents, and Americans who value justice and family, thank you for joining me today. My name is Jason Kendall, a Purple Heart recipient and combat veteran who served in Iraq and Afghanistan, enduring 6 IED explosions that left me with traumatic brain injury and PTSD. I gave everything for this nation, but for the past 16 years, I've been fighting a war at home, one waged with false allegations, weaponized child support, and malicious parental alienation. Today, I'm here to share my story and launch a petition to stop this silent epidemic that's destroying families all across America. If you've ever felt the pain of being cut off from your child or trapped by a system that punishes the innocent, this is for you. Let me take you back to 2010. I was wrongfully terminated from the Army after my ex-wife and a former police officer exploited the Transitional Compensation Program with fabricated abuse claims. What started as marital arguments escalated into a nightmare of lies that cost me my career, my child, and my financial stability. For 15 years, I've been alienated from my son. Court-ordered visitation was ignored. I moved here to Texas. I've been here for 2 years. I only got to see my son for 2 hours in 2 years. I moved here to be closer to him. They've brainwashed him with falsehoods about me, turning a loving father into a stranger. In the child support system, what a joke. It was weaponized against me. The backdated support to his birth, hitting me with an automatic arrears of 4 to 5 years. And that was after they fled. They didn't even let me see or talk to him. The alienation started whenever he was 8 months old. The case was closed, letting debts pile up. And the child support arrears was piling up. Then it reactivated. They reactivated it in 2019 with all that arrears. And then they started threatening me with felonies and wanting me to wanting me to sign over my rights, or they would put a felony against me. And then they turned it on. They turned it off in 2022. They turned it on again in 2024. It was just a game for them. It was fun. And that created what for me? Financial ruin that I couldn't escape. When my son turned 15, attorneys told me that the judge would grant me visitation, but they wouldn't follow the order. My ex-wife or the ex-cop, I moved here for 2 years, only got to see my son for 2 hours. There's no way that they were going to follow any order, and that needs to stop too. If a judge makes an order, there should be repercussions for not following that order. So, heartbroken, I signed away my rights, nullifying all child support, past, present, and future, but the damage was done. This isn't just my story. It's a story of millions. Malicious parental alienation, deliberately destroying a child's bond with a parent through lies, manipulation, or court abuse without any proven safety risk. And that is child abuse. It affects 20% of high conflict divorces, causing lifelong trauma like depression, anxiety, and broken relationships. And let me ask you, America, is this what you want for America's children? Is this what you want? Yet, there's no federal law to stop any of this from happening. And child support, when used as a weapon, letting arrears build in closed cases, then springing them back on years later, ruins lives, especially for veterans like me who are already fighting service-related battles. That's why I'm launching this petition today, to stop the weaponization of child support and make malicious parental alienation a federal felony. And I want this to happen. I need 100,000 signatures to get this on the Congressional floor. We demand criminalize malicious parental alienation, amend 18 U.S. codes to make intentional alienation proven by false allegations or repeated visitation violations a federal felony with penalties like fines, jail time, or custody loss. Require evidence of malice to prevent misuse and protect true victims. Reform child support. Prohibit arrears in closed cases without explicit notification and mandate adjustments for inability to pay or alienation scenarios. No more traps that lead to financial ruin. Protect military families. Oversee programs like transitional compensation to prevent fraudulent claims and train judges in alienation versus actual abuse. Veterans who've sacrificed for this country shouldn't come home to a system that destroys their families. This isn't about revenge, it's about justice, healing, and preventing the same pain for others. As a Purple Heart recipient, I fought for our freedoms abroad. Now, I'm fighting for parental rights at home. If you've been alienated from your child or crushed by unfair child support, join me. Sign this petition. Change.org. Share it with your networks. Contact your representatives, and let's make our voices heard. Together we can end this silent war on families. Thank you for listening, and God bless America. Let's get this done.